Hello, I am here to inform you on how we together can fix the drug and alcohol problem that New Mexico is currently facing. New Mexico has been facing a drug and alcohol abuse problem for a long time due to many factors, and in this proposal I'm going to explain how we can fix it. New Mexico's current problem. It is clear that drug and alcohol abuse or substance abuse have both been big problems in the land of enchantment. These two issues must be put to an end so we can have an overall safer, healthier, and better state. Really, how big of a problem are drugs and alcohol in New Mexico? The answer: big. It is a fact that out of a majority of the states in the US, New Mexico beats them with the eighth highest drug overdose rate, which to be honest is very sad. New Mexico has had the highest rate in alcohol-related deaths since 1997. Many people think that drug use is just harmful to the person using them, but they can negatively affect our state with crime, violence, homelessness, and diseases. It is the same with alcohol, even though many people think that just because it is legal, there's no problem, but it can cause all of the same problems that drugs do. It is clear that drug and alcohol abuse are two major problems in New Mexico, but that doesn't mean that something can't be done to stop this. Since we now know, since we now know how big of an issue substance abuse is in our community, let's take a look at the different types of prevention. First, we have primary prevention. Primary prevention deals with regulating access to drugs and alcohol for children and teens. If we educate children while they are young, we can ultimately eliminate the problem before it starts. Next, we have secondary prevention. Secondary prevention deals with treating beginning substance abusers through programs so their body is not damaged. Last but not least, we have tertiary preventions. Tertiary preventions deal with putting people who have disorders or people who abuse substances daily into programs to save their lives before it's too late. Now that we have covered the problem, let's find a solution. Our goal is to have a safer and healthier community, eliminating substance abuse from it. Even though these issues seem very big in our state, they can be put to an end. With teamwork and funding, we can change our community together. Step 1 to fulfill our goal. We need to inform our community about substance abuse and teach them the negative effects of it. We should start by teaching our children and teens about what drug and alcohol abuse is and the potential danger it causes. Next, we need to teach our adults the same thing, what alcohol abuse is and how it can negatively affect them and our community. Last but not least, we need to teach our doctors on what they are legally allowed to prescribe to their patients. This is a great starting point to complete our goal. Step 2 to fulfill our goal. Who are going to run these programs to teach our youth, and how can we keep the children of New Mexico engaged with activities that will actually benefit them instead of using drugs or alcohol? We need you to invest in our programs and keep the kids of New Mexico healthy and off the streets. We must increase funding for programs such as after-school programs, mentor programs, summer camp, and job skills training programs. All of these programs should be taught by trained professionals and not police. This will not only keep our children from entering the use of drugs and alcohol, but rather educate them for the real world. Now we are going to look at the different types of prevention programs we can use to educate and help our youth. First, there are universal programs, which address our youth in a school setting. Then we have selective programs, which address a specific word crowd of children or teens who, based on their personal situations, are more likely to be substance abusers. Last, there are indicated programs which address the children or teens who have already begun to be substance abusers. Step 3 to fulfill our dream. First, we need to create stricter laws for drug use and also stricter penalties. Yes, the stricter laws will increase the incarceration rate, which would mean our state would have to spend more money, but it would even out with people committing less crimes because of the harsh penalties that would be imposed. Another great step would be to increase our Border Patrol employees to stop the drugs coming in from New Mexico. The last and more important thing we need to do is have our law enforcement worry more about life-threatening drugs and not so much about marijuana, which doesn't even harm lives. Step 4 and the last step to eliminating drug and alcohol abuse in New Mexico is to make treatment affordable to everyone and available to everyone. Making treatment free will improve our community in a drastic way. Yes, it will cost a lot of money, but saving lives is worth that amount of money. There has always been a problem of only rich people being able to buy treatment because it is so expensive, and poor people are left to suffer with their addictions. We need to make these treatment programs affordable and available. The Affordable Care Act. It's a program where the government pays for some of the treatment of people who can't afford it. This is a work in progress in making treatment completely free so anyone can get it. How much money are we asking for to make our state better? First, we have educating our community about substance abuse, which will cost $4,300,000. Then we have the programs for our youth, which will cost $3,950,000. Next, we have the increase of our Border Patrol by 250 employees, which will cost $12,250,000. Next, free treatment for people who want and need it, which costs $5,380,000. All of this adds up to a total of $25,880,000. Although all of this does cost a great amount of money, we'll be saving lives and also making a healthier, safer place to live. There are costs and benefits to this program. The cost being how expensive it is. The benefits being how many people can get their lives saved. Addiction is a major problem in our state, and we are asking you to join us and help make a change in the land of enchantment. Thank you.